What's happening, people? It's your boy Retro Rob, man. Battle chess. I did a part 1 to Cassidy versus Goodz. This is part 2, where I gave my breakdown and gave my final predictions. I'm not gonna say those predictions have changed, because I do believe both people are very, very good in their legends and their own perspective rights in the game. But I'll say this: I initially had Goodz taking the battle only, simply off of the fact that I don't know exactly which Cassidy is going to show up. You feel me? I had a conversation with the homie Jag. For those of you who don't know Jag is very close with Cassidy. They like brothers. That's like his right hand man. And he basically told me, bro, just watch the battle. You feel what I'm saying? Cassidy gonna come with some stuff, man. He's gonna come with some stuff. You feel what I'm saying? But and I've heard, just recently Cassidy's freestyle. He did a couple of them, few of them, and he's starting to sound like the Cassidy before he had the accident. And if he sounds anything close like the Cassidy that battled Freeway and the Cassidy that we know him of, then it's going to definitely be a long night for Goodz. Now, with that being said, if he doesn't, and Goodz come how Goodz know how to come, like Goodz did against Tay-Rock and how he know how to come, it's definitely going to be a long night for Cassidy. Cassidy cannot, and I know he's sick of hearing this, but it is what it is. He cannot come with that same type of style that he did versus Disaster. I'm going to repeat that. He cannot come with that same style that he did versus Disaster, because he will lose. I'm going to tell you guys something that I see a lot in the battle world, particularly in the URL, that will pose a definite problem to Cassidy. It posed a problem versus J Mills and K-Shine, where K-Shine was definitely hyped up in that battle, even though K-Shine had some really, really good lines, but J Mills also did too, and the people had me thinking that K-Shine really, really swept him. K-Shine, I had K-Shine ultimately winning the battle, but it wasn't as bad as everybody said it was for J Mills. J Mills actually came to fight, and he came to play, and it was a really good battle. You feel what I'm saying? When I looked over and watched it over and over. You feel what I'm saying? But back to Cassidy and Goodz. I was just saying that Cassidy coming in, he must be aware, I don't know if he is or not, that the URL fans, and I don't care a lot, how a lot of them going to feel about this, but it's true. The URL fans are the most biased battle rap fans, especially when you get in New York. They are the most biased. These are facts. They are the most biased fans. You feel what I'm saying? They like who they like, and they going to support who they like, whether who they like sounds really, really good or they sound like complete garbage. They're going to support it, and they're going to make what somebody says that sounds like garbage sound like it was the best thing they ever heard. These are facts. And if the opponent of their favorite person that they like, they can say something very, very good. Like let's say, for instance, remember when John battled Tay-Rock? They gassed Tay-Rock up, even though Tay-Rock had some nice lines. A lot of the stuff he said wasn't all that great, and they gassed it up like it was the best thing that they ever heard. And John really had a great battle all in all, and they just wasn't like cheering for him purposely, to try to give Tay-Rock the battle. But one thing about that is, no matter how much the crowd is against someone and they're biased for someone, the proof always shows when the footage come out, when we could watch it, the actual battle. We could watch it on footage. You feel what I'm saying? But with that being said, if Cassidy coming in sounding like he did against Disaster, and not only that, he has to understand when he comes in, the crowd is already like, you're trying to come in here and take our thing. So they're siding with the battle rappers that's been doing it. So they already looking at Cassidy like, we're for Goodz. And they like basically saying that they're going to be supporting Goodz. They're going to be supporting Goodz, but secretly want to see what Cass got to offer. Only way Cass can beat all of that and cure all of that is if he come in there with undeniable bars, undeniable delivery, undeniable aspects in every form in which a way to show people that, man, I am Cassidy, and this is why I am the king of this stuff. But if he come in there doing the complete opposite, they will boo him and they will do him dirty before Cass even get a chance to say a word, before he even get a chance to really get a groove. They will flush him out automatically. So I hope Cass is aware of that. If he comes, with a lot of those recycled bars, and he comes sounding like he did versus Disaster, I hope that battle against Disaster was just him getting his foot wet, trying to see how everything is going, knocking off the rust, and him feeling like Disaster couldn't beat him anyway. With that being said, I hope he takes Goodz very, very seriously, because Goodz is not only, to me, better than Disaster in some instances, because Disaster, don't get it twisted, Disaster can rap his tail off, but Cassidy, that was a style makes fight type of clash with Disaster and Cassidy, where it wasn't what Cass did do, it was what Disaster didn't do, and how Cass basically took his style and sound better with his style, and basically just took the air out of the room, sucked the air out of the room. Pause. You feel what I'm saying? And Disaster wasn't able to get it back after that. He wasn't able to get the people back. And Cassidy just beat him with taking his style and sounding better, and with Cassidy's whole aura and demeanor. You see what I'm saying? He swagged on Disaster. That's how he beat him. But you can't swag on a swagger in Goodz. If anybody can swag, it's Goodz. And I think Goodz is going to be even more dangerous because he's taking this battle personal. He like, man, I've been doing this in this thing when Cassidy, had gone away from it and went into the industry and did his own thing. And now my own people is treating me like I'm an outsider and siding with this man. I think Goodz is going to take this very, very personal. And I think Cass is taking this very, very personal as well. He feels like Goodz is, trying to use his name. Like basically saying he was signed to Swiss and, not having no proof of being signed to Swiss. Cass just thinks, Goodz thinks that Cass is living in an illusion and is thinking that he's still the Cassidy from back then. And Cass is thinking that Goodz is living in an illusion, thinking that he's, on his level. So this is definitely a grudge match, regardless of what both people say. And this will be a very, very entertaining matchup. I initially picked Goodz, but more and more every day, I'm thinking Cassidy gonna come, man. He gonna come, cause he's sounding like he's, pause, but he sound like the old Cassidy, man. He sound like the old Cassidy from back then. And if that Cassidy come, Goodz will lose. But if Cassidy come like he's been coming, pause, and he sound like he did against Disaster, the crowd will flush him out before he even get a chance, and Goodz will destroy him. This is a heck of a matchup, people. But I don't know, man. Y'all give me y'all opinion. leave a comment, like, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon to receive all new notifications for when new content dropping. So with that being said, people, I'm gonna still pick Goodz. Because I just feel like it's like with Cassidy, and I don't want to disrespect Cassidy in no type of way. You feel what I'm saying? Because I grew up watching Cassidy. Me and my homeboy couldn't wait, to run on YouTube and check out his freestyles and stuff like that. Cassidy is definitely, one of the GOATs. You feel what I'm saying? But I just feel like, could Cass have the J Mills effect, where in his mind he feels like he's still that old Cassidy, but in reality, the old Cassidy is no more. And will Goodz exploit that and expose that and get the win? It's just like, I don't want to disrespect him in any kind of way and compare him to Adrian Broner. It's just like Broner, except for Cassidy hasn't lost. It's just like, we got to see it to believe it type of thing. Because your past performances didn't warrant us to really actually believe that you have a chance. You feel what I'm saying? Like Broner's fight with Jesse Vargas didn't give me enough belief that he could go in and beat a Manny Pacquiao. With Cassidy's last performance against Disaster didn't actually warrant belief in me to believe that he can actually get in here and be the top tier and a legend in his own right and Goodz the Animal. But we'll see, people. Battle is chess. Peace.